Yeah, we gon' vote for him. Yeah, we gon' vote Chupi, yeah. And we gon' vote for him, yeah. All the hard work he has done for us, a true leader for the people. Always fighting for our rights, and all the passing up so much love. Kept government up for 4 years strong, something that wasn't done for so long. Rolando Bryson's the new way up, and we are sure that he'll hold us down. Now is our time, cause we're still going up. Rolando Bryson representing we. It's standing up for this country, so that's why we gon' vote UP. Now is our time, cause we're still going up. Rolando Bryson representing we. It's standing up for this country, I know. We going up, yeah, cause we the top. Rolando Bryson's the new way up. If you be party for us, yeah. We going up, yeah, cause we the top. Rolando Bryson's the new way up. If you be party for us, if you be party.
St. Martin, we probably go far, and we know, search for a sign of a change. A Chino, you know it got days when you feel like a zero. I woke up this morning, but felt like Mark Mingo. Tomorrow be a better day. Respect is the key, education gon' matter, so don't you try to run away. St. Martin, the place where the food is good, the people is good, the music is good. We living like we on a road. You're trying to take us down, but I'm thinking cause they really don't. Misunderstood. Oh Lord, help us protect ourselves, help us look in ourselves. We're searching for what they call the fire that's in ourselves. I just want to see the best from my motherland. I just want the whole world here to understand that we came from the bottom of the sewer, now we heading way up, high up unto Wonderland. Opportunity is yours, so make it happen. Take an action.
Carl & Sons has delicious food to fit your lifestyle and go easy on your pockets. Carl & Sons, your #1 spot for breads, pastries, cakes, sandwiches, breakfast, and lunch. Check out Carl & Sons today on Pondville and in Coal Bay.
Honorable Mr. Sidharth.
Vote for the green, vote Akeem. Vote for the green, vote Akeem. Vote for the green, vote Akeem.
People has been a part of me and voted on my lead. A man of action and integrity, yes. Number 2, a united people party.
And this is something that we look forward to do.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. Andrew Dick here with you. Hope you are having a good year so far. As we start the year, let me first say that I wish prosperity and it's a new year. Let's just cut to the chase. God bless you. Let's continue going straight forward as we go into the heat of the election season. Now, as you notice, it's going to get more interesting as we get along. Now, due to some unforeseen circumstances, we were not able to bring you Dick Awards. don't worry. I'll work on something else to make up for it. Okay? In the meantime, just to give you an indication of how far we is, how we looking for this election, because sometimes it's good to just sit back, analyze before we go into the you basically forgetting what all these politicians done for these past years, and you just go like, hey, they're brand new, let's just forget about whatever they've done or not have done. Now they has something that is pretty interesting, and I know this is getting a lot of heat on the road, which is two things: the Person of the Year from SMN News and the Person of the Year from the Daily Herald. Of course, everybody knows who's the Man of the Year for 721 News because Paparazzi is the owner, so he made himself the Person of the Year. So congratulations to, of course, Paparazzi for being the Man of the Year for 2023. I wonder if it was difficult to make that choice, Anyway, the Daily Herald decided to go for Michael Cleaver, which is one of the craziest decisions I've ever made. The Herald, like, I don't understand. There was no justification for it. It was ridiculous. It was a horrible choice, and I think that the paper is really going down the drain. Are you out of your mind? Like, I shame that I ever worked there because it's ridiculous. How? Gordon Paul, how are you allow Michael Cleaver? And then to justify it, are you trying to bring in how he saved the company after Irma, when Irma was 9 years ago? Like, think about it. You make a Man of the Year now in 2023, and you're going based off the achievement of taking the company out of the crapper, even though he's been the CEO for 20 years, or 12 or 15, whatever. Because I didn't read the article. I just was like, what? What? A retired CEO of a company is the Man of the Year in 2023 for taking a company out of the crapper after the worst hurricane St. Martin has ever went through. Make it make sense, Harold. Make it make sense. Yes. And the thing is, why give him Person of the Year when he was paid a CEO salary every single month for the past years that he's been working at? There's nothing voluntary about it. There's no civil service. He wasn't a civil servant. He wasn't a parliamentarian, a politician. He was a CEO of a company. So I don't get it. I like, or you should go for a nanny nursey who works with people on a whole annual basis and does clean up of those persons on the road, or you could go with a Red Cross even. Yeah, I don't know Red Cross, but still, or a K1, post court cases. Or you could go with the voluntary SX people. They get in the volunteers together for us to get European funds so that they know what we're doing. And then we have so there's so much other people that you could have just picked from Person of the Year, and you go in for Michael Cleaver, retired CEO of Winair, and he paid off the loan that he got from the Dutch. Yeah, that's what happens. You take a loan, you pay it off. You take a loan, you pay it off. That is an achievement now in this country. He paid off the loan. Let's give him Man of the Year. Harold, get it together, man. What the hell is going on with you guys? And the thing is, my thing is, like, I was like, okay, let me give benefit of the doubt. And then I was like, no, you go give the CEO of Winair a cookie for doing his damn job. Okay, he did it well. All right, give him a good retirement, give him a Rolex, and let him be on his way. Let the next Dutchman, okay, he was American. So let the Dutchman who's there now as CEO thrive. Right? I don't know, Heralds, you gotta do better. I upset. I upset. And also your best stuff. Let me tell you something about all your best stuff, right? Maybe if all you decide to go out once in a while, you would realize that either the people that are nominated are either deceased, the persons, the businesses that you have nominated are either closed or changed their name, and the DJs or the entertainers that you've selected or a person have selected either don't live on St. Martin or are no longer in the entertainment industry. And do a little bit of research. Reach out to other media people, because not because you're stush and you don't check with other media people means they don't exist. Besides the Herald, you're the only newspaper, yes. However, there are more radio stations than just Laser, Phillipsburg Broadcasting, the PGD2, and that's it. My 88 now, finally. And then you have, of course, they don't have for example, I upset every year. Even when I was working there, I was upset. And when I mentioned it, it was like, nepotism. Check out the management. But anyway, nepotism. Anyway, let me focus. No, not a television section. So people can't even nominate and say, for example, like Late Night is the best TV show in St. Martin. Like, let me just make a category, and then, people can vote. Because you have, which other TV shows they have? I'll wait.
Good day, my people, and welcome to Sit, Sip, and Chat. Now, let's continue the journey.
Yeah, I mean, they have, but do they have, really? You know what I mean? That's it. Anyway, big up to all my media, television programs out there. I respect what you do, okay? I just saying, we need a little category in there, man. But it was so funny to see 3 DJs, for example, in the DJ competition, in the DJs section of the best of, in the Daily Herald. And the 3 DJs that they mentioned are from Guadeloupe, Martinique, and one is from the States or something. And like, nobody told them, like, yo, they don't live here. What you doing? So anybody could nominate anything, and then you could just put a name there? All right. My rant finished with the Herald. Let me go to SMN News. Pick of persons of the year, which is you have the hardest working MP, which is MP Bryson, and you have MP Minister, the shortest member of the COM. You have Omar Otley. All right. So those two politicians were selected as persons of the year, and you had some that were, agreed, and then you had some that were very disappointed and was like, oh, but why? Who else you gonna pick out of all the politicians who at work right now, working for the country for the past 4 years? If you had to think on a politician or politicians that actually do their work, go. I'll give you some time. No, I'm not going to tell you. You, because everybody was, well, some were up and was like, oh my God, what the hell? This is what we're going to put as persons of the year? What? SMN News, you should know better. But if not, they who? Are we going to just ignore? Forget the 23 laws from Member of Parliament Rolando Bryson. Let me just forget that. All jokes aside, honestly, out of the 15 members of Parliament, they have one member of Parliament that brought the most amendments, laws in the history of St. Martin during a term. Even if it's 2 years, even if it's a year and a half, it's been 4 years, and he got 23 under his belt. That means that another MP would have to literally come and do 24 or 25 to be considered the hardest working in the next, I don't know, millennium. Think about it. 10 years, next 10 years, at least. That's if government stay together for the next, because every 4 years we got elections. But I just wanted to say that whether you like, hate, or just load MP Bryson, you can't take that away from him. It's just in the history. It's written. It's history. And the haters always going to hate. Yes, people are always going to say, he has a horrible personality, and he's, not friendly, and he's this, and he's that, and he does this, and he does that, and he's back, and he's this. But he has the laws to prove that he done his job. He literally worked for his money every single month. Whether he pays rent or not is none of your business. Because he focused on your work, because look what he got under his belt. The other MPs are not close to the 23 laws. So who else do you pick for Person of the Year after the work that they've done? And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because yes, you don't want to give the Person of the Year to the CEO, the former CEO of the Wadair, because he was doing his job, and Bryson was doing also his job. However, let's recognize also the fact that MP Bryson was the mastermind behind hijacking Theo Heiliger's party. Oh, you're quiet now. I got your attention. This man came out of nowhere in 2018. Understand what I'm saying? This is like less than how much years ago? Like nobody knew who he was. He was just appointed as the head of the tourist bureau. We had a hurricane. Government fell. Still upset about that. After the hurricane, the worst hurricane, we get elections. But anyway, it happened. He then ran for the first time. He got elected the first time he ran on the USP. You hearing me? After that, they had another government, another government fell. He then ran again with the USP. He then was re-elected, and then government fell. What the hell? Jesus, we got the government fell. Somebody please tell me I'm wrong. Jesus. Anyway, then he was expected to run on the USP, actually to become the new leader of the USP. And then he got bombarded, bamboozled, and lied to by the USP. And they basically told him, okay, well, you could be leader, but you're going to be number 2. He was like, wait, what? That has happened? Yeah, because you're getting ready, we're getting you ready. So you're going to be number 2, and then, but you're going to be leader the next time around, don't worry. But you're going to be leader now, but France going to be number 1. So he noticed, he smelled the bullshit, and then he was like, nah, I gone. And of course, then Theo and Krisha was like, young man, come sit down, come by us, come. So they had a nice sit down, and Krisha, of course, wanting to go into politics, was like, and this is exactly how Krisha does speak. I don't know much about politics, but I know I've been with my husband for a long time, so I kind of know how to do it. So, so you're going to be leader for 2 terms, and then afterwards, I gotta just take over my husband party, because we gotta keep it in the family. So, you're in? And Bryson was like, okay, no problem. Sign me up. Then, of course, the up went into government. Bryson got less votes. Heiliger get more votes, obviously. And then afterwards, the rest of the story. But my point what I'm trying to make is that for the past 4 years, MP Bryson was able to basically keep this government together. And on multiple occasions, you had even members of the opposition or members of government saying that if it wasn't for MP Bryson keeping this government together, it would have fallen a long time. But you don't want to give the shortest man, I should say the tallest man, the tallest member of parliament, the credit, because you know how he is with giving credit here in St. Martin. We kind of just go like, ugh, okay, so, but what did he really get to, what did he really do? Stability, what you've been asking for, what you've been complaining about all these times. Now that you have it, you're like, okay, yeah, but what did the stability do for me? St. Martin, is it a real place? One day. But I'm just saying, you don't know what you want. Either way, the justification for Bryson to be Man of the Year for 2023 is totally corroborated. It is a good choice, and the late night backs it. Since we didn't do the late night, the Dick Awards, I'll also give the Man of the Year to Member of Parliament, MP Bryson. And then let's go over to Minister Omar Otley. I remember years ago when I said that he was the minister of everything because he was holding two portfolios at the same time, while, here it is, he was the minister of VSA and the minister of TIAT. Those two portfolios, Minister Otley, first time as a minister, just went in, and then all of a sudden when he get in, he get two portfolios because UP couldn't find a tourism minister of TIAT. He held down those two positions through at least for a year. Now tell me something. The Ministry of VSA is already such a heavy portfolio. The Ministry of TIAT is one of the heaviest. So if you take those two and you give it to one man who is literally a rookie, and look how much he has accomplished in the 2.5 years that he has been in government. Because people actually think that Omar Otley was there from 2019, 2020. No. From 2022 to 2024. So only 2 years, this man was able to raise the minimum wage twice, AOV twice. Do I continue? And let's not forget TIAT. Like, he has done more what ministers who's been there for 4 years, Samuel, oh no, I need to cough and say the name, right? I did it wrong. Samuel, I don't know. Rudolph Samuel. I can't do it. Rudolph Samuel, minister of nothing. That's a good example. Like, come on. And then, of course, there are other ministers that I could say, have done nothing, but I don't want to give them free publicity. So all I'll say is the minister of everything, up to this day, the reason why you call him that is because I was like, but this man is a madman. The man is doing work and he just, No, it could be that he's very good at communications also, because he's letting you know what he has done. Not what he's going to do, but what he has done. So, you got two persons who worked their ass off for the paycheck and for the country, and was getting licks left, right, and center. Let me talk controversy, because you know me, I ain't no hypocrite. Bryson, fired for calling Krisha dumb. Then he had to go back into other benches from President of Parliament. And he did it by himself, even if he was forced to or not. He went back to the leader of the party now. The leader of the party was like, you know what? All right, Krisha, take it. Sorry, my bad. But it's just for a while though, because I still a leader. I gonna look bad that I just got a regular member of parliament when I the leader of the party. Like respect me. Of course, him being short, respect me. Nobody respects short people for some reason. Anyway, so he did that, and still the different type of controversies that come after him. That's like I just call him the turtle back because he'd just take it, take it, take it. I wonder if his family to Stewart. I don't know, or you ain't gonna get it. One of these days, or you gonna get it though. Let's continue. So the controversies of Minister Omar Otley. Let me look at what. Oh, he just wear big chains, and he just dress nice, and he just go on vacation and flaunt. Vacation, flaunt. Oh, I wonder who else is do that. Nobody said Martin though. No, right? Oh, this is my favorite part. When his brother was convicted of murder, his brother was acquitted. Nobody said peep. During the appeal now, his brother was then convicted. Everybody in the mother was like, yeah, the brother of the criminal. But when he was acquitted in the first instance, it was like, you couldn't hear nothing. During the appeal, the murderer is, of course, Minister Omar Otley's brother. It's like automatically. And then my favorite part is that when the convicted brother decided to run, it was Omar's fault. It was Omar Otley's fault because he's minister and his brother, apparently they're Siamese twins and they're not supposed to like have different minds. So if he ran, that means the minister assisted. Anyway, fast forward to a year, he gets caught in the States. He then gets extradited to St. Martin. He then now sitting, his time in jail. And people bring it up like it's Minister Omar Otley's fault in the first place. And then if you don't want to talk about that, let's talk about, he sings on a carnival truck, or his foundation organizes events. That's it. You can't find nothing else. Oh, my favorite part. He was a weed dealer back in the day. You know what? I completely detest weed dealers in St. Martin because how dare you? You know that St. Martin people don't smoke weed?
Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
They don't smoke marijuana. So he was a seller? I don't know if I'm going to vote for him again because that's what he used to do. And he made something better of himself by postulating himself for an election. And then he got elected. And then he became a public servant. And he has been doing that for the past 4 years or 5 years. So we're going to just go and judge people based on their past life? So, are you hush out your mouth? They deserve it. You can hate about it. You could be upset. You can call it nepotism. You could call it favoritism. You could call it advertisement. We don't care. It doesn't matter. You have to give Jack his jacket, even if you don't like the person. I keep on telling all you that. You know how many people I just have to say hello to on a daily basis, which I can't stand, but I do it because it's friendly, number one. 2, karma is a bitch. And 3, you need to be good to your neighbor. Duh. Come on, guys. So, obviously, if you don't like them, you don't like them. But if you don't have nothing to do with them, you have nothing to do with them. These are public servants. These are people who put their name on the line and their families on the line on a daily basis for the betterment of St. Martin, some good, some bad. and then we just quick to go after the bad, then the good. Let me just meet in between now. Let me go in the middle. Anyway, the elections is still set for January the 11th. We have 8 political parties. Okay? When we come back, we will give you a breakdown of the parties, a breakdown of the candidates, who's on top, who's at the bottom. AI, that was funny.
The salary you pay me is funny.
No? Whatever. We'll be right back.
Trying to grow entrepreneurship. It's a St. Martin thing. Trying to grow entrepreneurship. It's a St. Martin thing. Trying to grow entrepreneurship. It's a St. Martin thing.
Grafita is a woman of integrity, and she believes in what is best for we country. Facing the issue, she will do it carefully. Grafita is who we need, experience guaranteed. Grafita, 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 already. Grafita, Grafita, Grafita. Number 6. On you
It's time to raise the bar, let's take it to the top. It's time to choose qualified people to rep for ya. From the prisoners to senior, she's right here for ya. Can't forget the education, it's time for better. She's ready and she's focused to get the job done. SXM, the time is now, let us all vote for change. Shamira is the candidate to represent for us. She's gonna represent us locally and even to the Dutch.
Yes, and Martin. You see this strength he have? We need that. You see that little melee? They could keep that. Still voting NA, brother. We need to vote to run back in office. Why? It's hard for we, it's plain to see. We need to vote to run back in office. Why? They can't deny he leads with pride. And I don't mean to be boasty, but I'm walking for way. Together as one, we can get the job done. I'm walking for way. Number 2 and anybody, for sure we solid with heat.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
Yo! Be the first.
All right. Now, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by the great people at Carl & Sons. Make sure you get your bread. 2023 going into 2024. The management of staff of Carl & Sons wishes to thank you for your support for 2023 and, of course, your continued support for 2024. Yes, before I was, interrupted by them, and also, Character, who has a new location, which is the same location, but actually renovated. Go and check out Character Beach Bar in Simpson Bay. You can't miss it, all the way to the back. Oh, such a great menu at best also. So make sure you check out Character. All right? No more plugs because I just want to take a plane at the Princess Juliana International Airport. who continues to work in the best interest, and the full reconstruction will be finished soon. Very, very soon. Like almost there. One of these days, I'll be ready. But thank you to PGIA for sponsoring Late Night, of course. And of course, all those persons who continues to contribute to, Late Night's development. All right. So the political, let me get down to serious business. The political landscape right now is that, understand that the predictions are based on numbers. Let me say this again for those who love to talk in the backyards or love to talk on the road and love to make up their own numbers in the head for candidates, make up their own party seats distribution for candidates based on just the way they feel, just the way they woke up, just the way that, they see 5 people at different times talk on Facebook does not mean the whole country believes in what those 5 people say because it's synchronized. No, that's called a coordinated attack. And the algorithm on Facebook, yeah, they know exactly how to bait you with that. Because then you go back and you go like, another person complaining, I must be a terrible person. Oh my God, I'm taking out my phone, everybody talking about me. No, they're not. Nope. They probably don't even have that person on Facebook. So it's not a real place. Take it easy. Based on the numbers, the biggest party right now, at this moment, in January 2024, is the National Alliance. Why are they the biggest? Because the last elections, they received 5 seats. So, these elections, you have to beat the National Alliance. It's just that simple. Now, of course, the United People's Party is showing promise, and that's why they're the second biggest party in the country. Why? Because of the 4 seats that they got during the last elections. Even though they have 2 seats left, they have 2 independent members supporting the 2, making it still 4. You stay with me? Good. Now, National Alliance lost 2 members, lost 2 members. But still, biggest parties is National Alliance, number 1. Number 2, we have the United People's Party. Of course, making sure that you stay with us. Pete is doing some nice graphics for the side so that you know what I'm talking about. Number 3, third party, as far as size, goes to the PFP. The reason why I say the PFP is because they have 2 members of parliament together with an independent member, Ludmilla de Wever. So you can say they got 3 in the current parliament, but you can't say that technically because they have 2 on paper, but in essence 3. But PFP votes how they want. So you'll have maybe MP Peterson voting against, and you'll have MP Melissa Gums voting for. They just vote based on how they feel that day. So, third party, you give it to PFP. So, everything else, all the other parties are singular. So you have your DP, right? DP or UD now, but now it's DP, 1. But then, of course, you have Krisha Heilager, who's independent, comes from the up, but supports the UD up, the UD, DP. This is so confusing. And they are now going into the elections with the DP. So naturally, if you think that they're going to get re-elected, you say, okay, the DP good for 2. Because you got 2 sitting MPs in parliament at this present moment. Now, as far as the No Party, independent member of parliament, Christophe Emmanuel, is the only one in parliament right now. By the looks of it, it looks like he's going to stay the only one in parliament. And then, of course, we have the situation that we don't talk about because for some reason it's so taboo. And I don't know why, because I think if we don't talk about it, we acting like it don't exist. There are 16 members of parliament that we're paying, but the Constitution allows us to have 15. Now, as you know, Member of Parliament Claudius Boncamper was suspended 2 years ago, a year and a half, or 2 years ago. After he was suspended from being in Parliament, MP Chanel Brownbill took his spot as a deputy. So when Chanel Brownbill have on his billboards, re-elect Chanel Brownbill, that is wrong because he was not elected. He was not elected. He is a deputy MP. It's just that he has all the benefits of an MP. So you could literally say, okay, he's an MP, but don't say re-elect me. No, 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 you didn't make it. You are MP by default. So, going back to the distribution for this coming election based on the turnout. So based on you, the voter, the 22,000 plus voters out there, we all know that about 50 to about 51, 52, 53% comes out every time. If it's a snap election, it goes down. So then you have 49, 48, because people are like, ugh, nah, I just voted last year, forget all you. But no, this is the first time we had a whole 4-year term. So it's expected that more people will come out to vote, even though some political pundits are saying that less people will come out because they're tired of the government that they have, which makes no sense. Because if you complained about the snap elections in the first place, with it being, oh, too short of a time, you're tired of this BS, you're not going to vote for again because you voted last year. Now you get a whole 4-year break. Even though the 4 years, according to you, wasn't good, you got the opportunity to change what you have now. And you're just not going to vote. So based on the voters' turnout, if it's the same as last time, 51%, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So if you just look at 51%, the party right now would be still National Alliance, number one, working on 4 seats. They got 4 seats based on the candidates that they have, 4 seats, with the opportunity of an extra one, meaning a recycle, meaning a residual seats. That's somebody who is close to, almost there, and then they automatically get an extra one. Then if you look at the United People's Party, you're also looking, and I know people are not going to agree, but I don't care because I'm not looking to agree. I'm just telling you my analysis. 4 seats, working on 5. It could be, some people say 3, working on 4. But like I say, you don't know what's going to happen. So you say, for me, I seen 4 working on 5. Why? Because they have a lot of surprises that you're not looking at. For example, you have candidates on the United People's list. If you take the top 7 and you compare it to the rest of the parties, they're off. Yeah, they got some strong candidates. Again, if you just go based on, if you compare them. So, if you compare a Silveria to a MP Bryson, compare. Who works? Yeah, I know, right? You didn't think about it like that. Let's make it simple. Duran versus Otley. I'll wait. I hear. Not the whole day, but I just hear right now. Omar Otley, Duran. I just taken the 2 biggest parties right now. Let's go number 3. Irion versus, who's number 3 and up? 3? It's Cookie? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, Pete, go and look for it. But just think about it. I'm so ashamed. I'm supposed to know. Number 3, up. Why it not coming to me right now? AI, some help, please.
My mother told me not to allow lifetime subscriptions to my services. Now I'm stuck with this double left-handed nut. Ah. Here you go, Andrew. Tamara Leonard is candidate number 3.
Thank you, AI. Of course, I know it was Tamara. Come on. Thank you, editing. All right, so we have Tamara Leonard compared to Atwell Irion. All I'm going to say is to God be the glory. Let's continue. The number 4s, you have, who's number 4 on the National Alliance? Because I know for the number 4 on the up is, of course, Vision for St. Martin, Mr. Mark Mingo, who's running for the first time. So you can't say, okay, he's good for this amount of votes because he's never ran before. But he has a good campaigning team, and he also is, you know, on the road. He's campaigning like crazy. So the National Alliance number 4, I think it's Rudolph Samuel, or I think. No, it can't be as well as some. Anyway, if you compare the 4, compare the number 5s, all right, then compare the number 6, all right, and of course, compare the number 7. Now, if you look at number 4 of the National Alliance, Mr. Cloyd Marlin, and you look at number 4 of the UP, which is Mr. Mingo, these are 2 candidates that never ran before in their life. They ran campaigns, but they've never been on a political list. So how do you just automatically give them a seat? You do, because you go based on their capabilities and what people are supposed to look for in somebody that they're voting for. But I'm just saying, if you compare the top 7 compared to any other one, you're going to be like, wow, okay, pound for pound, not really. Some got some a little bit heavier than others. So I just give you a comparison. So 4 and 5 National Alliance, 4 and 5, you have the up, and then of course the small parties is where it's going to be the fight. Because if, let's say, for example, the 2 biggest party receives 5 seats each, they only got 5 seats left for distribution. And that has to go between the PFP, the USM, the NOW, the USP, the ECE. And you have some people giving USM 3, some giving USM 2. What's left? So that means DP ain't getting none? Oh, yeah, I know you've had to forget about DP. You see, what DP getting? What USM getting out of these 5? Unless you knock down the big boys, and let's say, for example, the UP get 4, and National Alliance get 4. Not likely, but let's say they do. 4-4. That means an extra 2 is left. All right, so we got 7. What are we doing? Out of those 7s, how much DP getting? According to logic, according to numbers, you say, okay, Sarah and Krisha. But then again, Sarah received 300 votes plus last time. Krisha received 600 votes. Krisha is expected to do a little bit more than 600. Sarah, let's say you give her 100 more, or 200. That's 500. That's still equivalent to only 1 seat, not 2. So it's cool to say that they're going to get 2, but for now, they're only getting 1. So that means they got 1 left. So DP out of the way. PFP. Some say, okay, but they got 3 MPs right now, so automatically they get in 3. No. We got Melissa Gomes, 500 votes. Then you have Ludi the Weaver, I don't know, 200 something, 300, whatever. And then you have also Rayon Peterson, same thing, small amount. Like his size, small. So, 3. No. Let's say you be nice and you give them the same 2 that they have. So now it's between USM, between the NOW and the ECE and the USP. I just called 4 to 5 parties for 3 seats left. You want to give Christopher 1? Okay. USM, how much you want to give them? 1? Okay. Who get in the last one? USP? Oh, no, no, right? Oh, okay, who else? I feel like this is Sesame Streets. Like I have to wait until the kids say something.
Are you ready to learn the numbers? Today I'm going to start with number 1. Hey buddies, how's it going? Do you know who I am? I'm the coolest number of all, the very first. I'm number 1. I am here to tell you a few things about myself. Don't miss the song in the end. Let's see if you remember what my name was. Repeat after me. 1. 1. Can't hear you. Louder. 1. That's it.
No! Yes! They got one left. Who getting it? You want to give it to ECE? You want to be nice? That means this man would have to get 1,000 votes. 1,000 people would have to come out and vote, look for this one person, the purple guy, one, and vote for he. That would be historical. But is it likely? Or there's more than likely that the one is going to be a residual seat for the big parties, because usually that's how it goes. I just given you a scenario that can be completely correct or completely off, because you, again, the viewer, the voter, can decide completely different to what I say and forget about all the analysis that we have, and the National Alliance could just get an outright majority, or the United People's Party gets an outright majority. Or people just completely forget them and they go for a DP, or they go for a USM, or they go for a USP, or they go for a now. I hope not. No. Because you can't have Olivier being prime minister and a parliamentarian at the same time. That's impossible. It can't be two people. No, that's not possible. So I think the Now party really has to decide what they're going to do. Well, I know Olivier going to decide for the Now. So, coming back to serious business, looking at the numbers right now, you don't know what's going to happen, but that's why you get distracted with the different things all the time, and the bashing and all of those things are happening because, some people are always going to look at the top contenders to basically destroy their reputation so they get less. So, basically then, it would have to be a coalition. So, the UP and the NA would have to make up and go back in, or the small parties come together, but that's not likely because the small parties would have to receive 8 seats together. All the small parties have to make 8 seats to keep the big parties out. But that would mean we would have a minority government, because that means people who voted the most for the big parties are the ones in opposition. And the people who voted for, less people who voted for the small parties are the ones who's going to run the country. You just never know. Now, the seat distribution, again, goes according to the number of persons that come out to vote. Based on the number of persons that come out to vote and the percentage, then it gets calculated. Last time it was 800 and something. This time it could be more or it could be less. If it's less, the small party is in trouble, because then the big party is going to eat up all them small seats, meaning the residual seats. If the turnout is very high, it basically means that the small parties will be the keys. Because then the big parties would have to go look at the small parties and ask for assistance for the next coalition. So either way, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. The 11th is already a week and a half away, Pete. Yeah, because it's the 11th of January. We're on the 2nd already, so we got about 9 days. It's going to get nasty, but I would say please stay focused. Please understand that this is a legislative elections, and yes, persons can become or be appointed as ministers, but the job at the end of the day is to legislate. So, if you're looking for a good legislator, you pick somebody who has good ideas, somebody who knows how to put it on paper, somebody who knows how to or will be quick to learn. This learning on the job crap, we gotta stop that shit. That's ridiculous. Because many people go like, you know what, the first 4 years was, me getting my feet wet. Now that they're wet, I think I can swim. Wait, what? Because I know that if you go to a job tomorrow and you start to work and you say, yeah, you know what, boss? The first year was me just getting to know the position. So this year, I'm going to work a little bit harder because I already know what I did, what I have to do and so on. So I'm learning as we go along. You're fired. What? So I wasn't getting your all? You basically admitted to not performing to your full potential? Stop it, man. Stop it. Like, I hate politicians who say that. Like, Andrew, I was just, learning. So we pay you while you're learning? So why you didn't be an intern? Like, why you didn't say, you know what, don't pay me because I am not worth it right now. I ain't got enough my experience. Don't elect me. No, instead, elect me. And then you get 4 years. And when you get a whole term, you was a minister or you was a parliamentarian. And you say, you know what, I know what to do now. Nah. So you go for experience, but then you also go for ambitious. Don't get twisted. You don't always need to always go for experience because then we just have a bunch of Williams in the parliament. But having a William or two is not a bad thing. You have balance because you have the young and the old. The experience and the inexperience, and they both help each other. It's a 50-50. But it's important, again, that you focus on achievements, focus on what they will do, focus on their track record, focus just on what they have to offer the country. And if you don't like their personal life, tough luck. That has nothing to do with it. Elections should be about the person's ability to work. That's just my 2 cents. All right. Now, I know I've been very hard on some politicians, and this is a PSA. And I would like to say that this year I plan to not change. What? No, I'm not changing. Nope. Why? Because you want to put yourself into the public sphere of being called a politician, but get upset when people talk about you. Make it make sense. No, that's not happening. So those persons who have been postulated themselves for the elections, you are now in the big boy game. You're welcome to the big boy table. Elections is fair game. People are going to come at you. They're going to come at your character. They're going to come at the work you have done, you have not done. Be a big boy. Be brave. And weather it through the storm until the 11th of January. And then after that, you can disappear like the many other politicians that disappear until the next time we have elections, and then they care again. In the meantime, those who are doing something with or without politics, kudos to you, because I wouldn't be able to do it. I would have gone mad and walked the streets.
You better go talk to those politicians who still haven't paid for their ads.
That is it for the Late Night Show. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, until tomorrow, another interesting program. It was just like oh my God, I'm getting old. This is like I'm Oral Gibbs. This is like a Home Alone.
If you had a home, we wouldn't be in a park.
Oh my God, I just talked the whole hour.
This big crazy.
Is this what it's like to just talk to yourself and answer yourself? No, I got AI, right, AI?
Talk to me when you have my money.
AI, it's being transferred. I'm waiting for it to reach from my savings to my checking. It's going to arrive very soon. Okay?
Bitch nigga.
She should go work for the tax department. All right, until tomorrow, have a good one. Bye-bye.